I didn't expect you to be the one using the word yaoi in a Trackmania.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never. I don't actually know what that means.
You have just please loved the team. That is wild. You actually just forced that upon them. That's shipping.
It's honestly, yeah. And okay, just to be clear, this stream does not, in fact, endorse real person.
Never ship real people.
Do not ship real people. Incredibly weird thing to do.
Yes, insanely weird thing to do.
Very
do not
sus.
do that. Fictional characters,
Fair game.
go for it. But real people, ooh, that makes everything uncomfortable.
That's why my favorite two characters to ship are the fictional characters, Branchy and Old Lake.
What?
What?
Oh.
That took you a second.
Yeah, because you speak in riddles.
I don't know if that was a riddle so much as it was a blatant reference to the usernames that we had in front of our faces for the last, 5 minutes.
Yeah, but... Okay, whatever. Right. Pick and bands. Twisted, Tempest, Cosmos. We're seeing some relatively similar picks to the ones we've seen all today so far. Edge and Dive, once again, the two most divisive maps, it seems like.
Yeah, Dive, I just want to see it at some point. It's less of a gyroscope situation. It's popped up in a couple of matches. It has made it through to a map 7 a couple of different times, but yet to actually see it played. At least I haven't with my own 2 eyes. And I want to see
someone
it played
else's?
at some point. With someone else's eyes, I've seen it played.
Have you? Yeah, have you?
It's a possibility. No.
Okay, cool. The game should be getting started shortly, so you won't have to put up with our words, our funny words, Magic Man, anymore. Noah is dying. Why have you got your keys? Apart. Are you going somewhere?
No, I just fiddle. I have my fiddle thing as well. And it's just jingly things.
You have a fiddle thing? What's your fiddle thing?
Yeah, look, it's a cube, and you just constantly it's cool. Sick as hell. It's so much fun. Cool. I used to have a second one, but I've lost it.
I don't have a fiddle thing. What I do have is a box cutter.
I would make fun of you, but I absolutely use the box cutter to fiddle with in work. I like it. It's so satisfying. It's cool. It's satisfying. Yeah, it goes in and out the whole time. And the one we have in work, it has one big screw on the handle, and it's big, chunky, and metal, and it can spin around on the one big screw as well. Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Oh boy, we have fun here. We really do. That's the kind of chaotic energy I bring to the table, though. I think, you know.
Yeah. I do that potentially undiagnosed ADHD energy that a lot of casters I bring to the table. Twiggy, is that?
It's just ADHD. You don't need to yes, very. Yeah, no, that is at the forefront of my life at all times.
I should probably go and see if I can get a diagnosis at some point.
Anyway, Trackmania, woo! All right. Their first map pick, and we're thinking this one should be definitely in their favor. I mean, the fact that they've already created a 4/10 gap here is a pretty good sign. And
they're looking really practiced. They are so
right next to each other.
Glued to the same line, the pair of them as well. Frites has finally opened up a small gap to Enner, but that's a 1/10 gap versus the 8/10 down to RasG in 3rd place as well. Enner and Feed looking very strong, as you might expect from this team on their first map pick.
Hold on.
Oh, maybe this is the kind of messages that people were saying should be moderated from chat.
Maybe mine should be moderated as well, honestly. But Ominosun,
Fabs, I need protection.
Thank God that won't be on the VOD, right? Ominosun. Getting through to the finish line. It's a very convincing time from Feed. In fact, it is 3/10 away from the world record set by Massa as well. Things are looking good.
It's real quick. Massa has the online. How did Massa get the world record here? Is this pulling actual online world records as well?
No, I think it's just live world records.
when did Massa play this track live?
That's a good point, actually. What? Why is...
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on. It definitely doesn't pull online world records. What happened?
Massa? How did Massa get in here? Did they have Massa practice, like, warming up on a server at some point?
Oh my god, please. That'd be so funny.
Was this Epos or Wizzy? Did they have the world record on this one? And has that been stolen by Massa warming up in a server?
That's scary if that has happened. What?
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick as well. 103.965. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's quick, but like it's been a struggle for players to break that 104 barrier as far as I remember.
Yeah,
no,
it's been a difficult regu to get anything in the low kind of 104s. I think 104.5 has been a general good time for a lot of teams, and although Feed is going to find it difficult to get to the finish line this time around, Tsun maintain their 3-point lead. Yes, 104.028.
Yeah,
is live record. So what happened here?
Well, Massa 2 days ago set an online record of 103.965. So it apparently is just pulling the online world records as well now.
Huh.
Cool.
Okay. I didn't think that was a thing.
Yeah,
By the way,
I mean, maybe he did set it in a World Tour server somehow.
Yeah, I think it must have just been some... I don't know. I really have no clue.
Yeah, we'll get SRK to give answers.
Yeah, that's just a conundrum. Who's that? Let me know. We'll make a video about it in like some dramatic music and just be like...
It's apparently just pulling full public world records.
What? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, cool. Fair enough. Yeah.
Definitely didn't do that before.
No, that is kind of interesting, but I do like having the live round world record as well.
Yeah,
it's slightly more relevant to competition. So, hey, Hazza, Hazza, we're gonna listen.
Oh yeah, it's challenge illegal manual
updating.
Let's go. Hazza is. I think I just heard Hazza slam his
head hitting desk.
Head hitting desk right now. Tsun are within track point, and it looks like this is going to be the last round of this map. And I think this is kind of what we were expecting. Yeah. I think, especially on Tsun's map picks, they are going to possibly sweep them. Why was there no prediction? Oh,
yeah, Twiggy. Why was there no prediction?
Okay, it's because we went to cams really early, and look, I'm gonna put the prediction in anyway.
We were busy talking about Yowie. And playing with knives. Look, there's a lot going on. 2 minutes
on the prediction. You get the prediction.
Yeah, this is fair.
Feed and Enter the returns are chucked off of
the first map 9-1. Although we're in the middle of an ad, and so some people can't see that they're about to win the first map 9-1.
Ha!
Clowns.
Imagine not subbing to me.
I mean, I clearly don't, since I know when the ads are playing.
Yeah, well, I know when the ads are playing because it tells me. Well, it doesn't actually. That's not true. It literally, a pop-up comes up and it says pre-rolls disabled.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool.
Hey,
thanks.
Feed's gonna win.
Yep.
Oh, that's
hold on. I think that is a live.
Goddamn time. That is a live world record.
Well, wild.
Epos, get done. It's now Feed's live world record. That was very, I mean, obviously within a tenth of actually taking the online world record as well. So great time there from Feed. And like, look, if you thought Frites had a chance in this match, they still do. Obviously, that is not their map pick, but I'm scared. Feed looks real practiced, man. Yeah,
I think they really they woke up today and you know they well trying to avoid certain words when it comes to that one.
It's look, when someone, even if it's on the map that they picked for Tsun, when you have a player who's capable of driving within kind of like less than a tenth of what the current world record is, you got to assume they didn't just put all their time into one map, right? Yes. You got to assume that he's going to be showing, if not the same level of competency on the other maps, at least a very, very high level still on most of the other maps. Yeah.
Well, Frites, their first map pick. No. Excuse me. Hopefully.
No.
All right. Hopefully a little more success for them. But right now, Enna and Feed keeping up, and this is one of those maps where consistency is going to play a part. When you are forced to maybe go for a lower line on one of those jumps, it is going to be difficult to keep that up. Enna almost goes a little too wide on there, but it is MaxTrack that has fallen back. Razji keeping up with these two here. Apparently the live record on this one is also 1/10 away from the online world record, but Epos has both, so there you go.
Congratulations, Epos.
Yeah. Oh no, Stuffed apparently is live world record. Never mind. I was misinformed.
Yeah.
Razji, first place, goes for a higher jump, and actually might just get overtaken at the finish line here by Enna indeed. Enna manages to steal away first place, and possibly Feed could get to the finish line in time to, oh well, I guess it wouldn't matter technically. Yes. Of course, they would get the round win either way, but they will get that one done, and Tsun take the lead on Frites' first map pick.
And it was Tempest, where we did nearly see that most beautiful of sights, the one-car finish ace last week. I don't actually remember which team it was, but I do remember that their teammate ended up finishing with about 1 second left to still have an ace, but not to have it be with one car, which I thought was honestly a big shame.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. One day we'll see it. One day.
I don't think so.
Not this year. Not this year.
Yeah, we're past the point of competition where that feels likely.
Oh well. Next year we'll get it. Either way. Razji does seem confident on this map. Gets some good jumps going a lot of the time as well, forcing Enna and Feed to really, think about their lines and actually play a little more risky until the ice slide. Both players have made a mistake there for Frites on the ice slides. And again, that is one of those kind of locations, one of the surfaces where mistakes are going to creep in more often for teams that came in through regionals as opposed to through Challenger League.
Very much kind of starting to feel like our previous match as well, where, Chemko was up there and battling, but even when was in the lead, there's two players from the other team right behind you. Ooh, that's a little bit slow.
Wicked,
fine.
Wicked, legal.
Very legal, very cool.
Very legal, incredibly legal.
It does sound like you're saying illegal sometimes, It's just an accent thing. It's just, It's literally just an accent thing that when you say legal, my brain hears illegal.
That's
like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's just very strange that like you say legal and there is something in your accent and the sound of your L that my brain is like, why is he saying illegal wallbang every time?
I enunciate things too much. Oh, that's a new one for me.
I don't,
it must be that I go like instead of the.
Yeah, maybe like ooh. That's wicked as hell.
Wild.
He goes.
It's like one of those cool kung fu flips where you like, when you like are about to kick someone, like the kind of kickboxing kind of thing where you like do the, and then
like a spinny backflip.
Yeah, kind of a spinny backflip, kind of. Yeah,
kind of a spinny backflip.
Something like that.
Yeah, kung fu's cool, yo.
It's probably not a kung fu move. I am boiling down all of Eastern martial arts into kung fu, which is my British brain.
It happens.
Doing things. I don't know any of the moves from different ones.
This is an ace for Frites, yo.
This is an ace for Frites, and it's convincing times from both of them as well.
Yeah.
So they can string together good enough times to beat Tsun even when Tsun are driving fast. It's just that the consistency isn't quite there.
Yeah, Tsun were not driving fast in that round for sure. And so maybe a sign of life here for Frites on map 2. Tsun have not gotten away with this one just yet, and we'll keep an eye on it in this round. Who's the first player to make a mistake and potentially open up the gap? If it is a player from Frites, could be in a bit of trouble here on this map. MaxTrack has fallen behind a little bit early on through the ice. A little bit less speed on the entry means even less speed on the exit. But with a decent high line, is looking for a good landing and should not really lose out too much here as Razji keeps wheel to wheel with Enner.
And once again, this same kind of position. MaxTrack at the back, not by too much, but definitely needing to catch up a bit here, going very inside there on the ice slide. It's good though, good exit speed as well. Will overtake Enner as he moves into the dirt section. Stays there now, third position, holding everybody very close to each other. 3/10 between all players as they go into the turnaround. It's all going to come down to the angle of these jumps they take. Enner goes very inside, looking for a low line, trying to get good exit speed off the back of that one. Doesn't quite make much of a lead over Max Track here, but in the final jump, Razg and Feed pretty much neck and neck. Razg stays ahead, and Max Track will stay ahead of Enna. Brilliant round from all involved, and a 108.8. It's a great time for first place, but it is the round win for Frites.
It was a great final jump from Max Track in particular. It feels like on that last jump, especially, you can hit it in such a way that your car is parallel to the ground at the apex of your jump and allows you to just stay a little bit lower through that final gap, and Max Track pulled it off flawlessly. Obviously, once again, it's kind of fighting from behind. The start for Max Track a little bit slower than all three of the other players, but if you can pull off ends like that, then Frites are not without a chance.
Yeah, not whatsoever. Razg goes very low there. Gets a little bonk of the car. It's not going to lose him much speed. It's just not an optimal line now, giving the lead away to Enna and Feed. But again, very close. Once again here, about 3/4 tenths as they move through into the final section of the map. Masha goes very inside again. It's going to be, I think, a longer line to the checkpoint off the back of that one, and drops him back a little bit further, but definitely not an insurmountable difference, especially if Feed and Enna both miss the first jump, both go too low. Looking at the splits, trying to make something happen there. Razg, that's fine. He gets over that one. And it's an ace for Frites.
I blame TM viewer in chat for saying no crashes.
No crashes. Why would you do this?
That's the ace for Frites. Again, look, the times were definitely slower that time around. It looked like Tsun were on track for a pretty easy ace, and then it fell apart. But Tsun have that pace in the bag. They definitely can pick up an ace here. This is not over yet, because I think Tsun are the faster team out there at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just, again, this is probably coming down to the fact that Tsun have not, well, we don't know how well they've practiced this map compared to other ones, but I think you can tell that when Frites are confident in a map, their first map pick, obviously, they have a similar consistency here to Tsun. There have been mistakes creeping on through, but for the most part, Frites have looked good here, and that is what is making that difference happen. Feed and Enna are actually having to fight for every round this time, and now they have to get an ace. Looking a little more likely as Razg falls down, slides out on the ice. It's just Max Track trying to split the difference between these two players now. Moves into second place. That is good enough for moving on forward. Feed has to respawn on that one. He isn't going to make it past the next section of the map, and that might just be the death toll for the map here completely. As Enna moves to try and get something done, but you have to have your teammate join you here. It's going to have to be a mistake from Frites if you want anything out of this. Feed respawns again. No chance of getting back into things. It's a close round. Oh my lord. Comes down to the final checkpoint there, and Enna got there first.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, how wild would it have been if Feed had managed to, like, hold on, pick up first place, and then it comes down to a tie for second? Unfortunately, it doesn't, and so it's a tie on the round, and Frites will pick up the map and tie up our match overall 1-1 in the maps at the moment. And all of a sudden, Tsun are going to have to fight for this one a little bit. This is already a little bit more like the Trident Sprout match than it is like that alternate attacks foot match.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little closer, or well, a little less close, I would say, obviously, than the Trident Sprout match. I think this one is slightly more one-sided, because that first map was kind of a blowout, but the second one, at the very least, Frites can pounce on the mistakes of Tsun, and that is a good sign for them. There is a clear path to victory. It's just paved with very difficult stepping stones, I think.
And it's very important for everyone to remember that it's actually not named if or last checkpoint. It actually comes down to how many World Tour points you have.
No, it's random. Completely random.
Oh,
it just draws both out of a hat at the
have you ever okay, speaking of random, obviously random number generators, you know, it's pseudo random, it's not fully random, all that stuff. There's a company that works in cryptography, and in order, their backup system, in case their random number generator system ever goes down for cryptographic reasons, is that they have a wall of lava lamps in their office that is constantly being filmed. Cool. And that is their backup system in case they ever need a random generator.
I like that their backup system maybe more manual, but is actually more random.
Yeah. No, see, someone had said that is just the system. My understanding is that they have a different system, but that is their backup system in case that system ever goes down. That was according to the article I read, anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is sick. Hey, Feed is in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, Feed is
Maxtrack is in second place, and Razg is in third place, and that's the order they're going to finish in, Twiggy.
Yeah, Frites played this map a lot in the group stage, so I wouldn't be surprised if they are definitely on par with Tsun here. So both teams, once again, are going to be fighting for this one. But that was a good time from Feed, and if you keep that up, definitely going to be looking at another map in your favor. But this is definitely not the same as map 1. It's not going to be as one-sided whatsoever. Both teams are well prepared on this map. I think this is just one of those maps, right? It's not particularly complex. It's relatively straightforward. I think there is not a lot that can go wrong on it. Except so it is all going to be down to pace, except at the end. I mean, yes, we've seen a lot of bonks at the end, but at the very least, there's nothing insane, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's a little bit kind of more, I guess, I'd almost call it classic World Tour.
Yeah, it's a traditional identity. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the rest of the track as well, you know, like there's a few outside dirts, there's a couple of slightly weird transitions, but nothing that people aren't fully used to at this point in kind of World Tour mixed maps.
Yeah, well, Razg stays in first place for the time being and are looking for an overtake in the final turn, takes a more inside line and does get a little bit of that gap closed up, but not quite enough to stop the draw from happening. And Maxtrack still sitting in fourth place, not able to join his teammate up at the top, but Enner and Feed have so far set very good times consistently, and that is the problem now, is that as soon as Frites make a mistake, it looks like Tsun are ready to pounce on it.
Yeah, and there's been kind of a crash around so far, and that's not a crash right there from Maxtrack, but it is a small error, falling a little ways behind at the moment. With Feed and Eder once again fully alongside Razg, something we saw a lot on Tempest, but ultimately Freak did manage to win out on that one. The mistakes came through once Tsun felt a little bit under pressure.
This time it does seem like it may just be the other way round, which obviously makes sense considering who picked whose map. Here, Razg second place now, trying to keep up. Feed has to take a suboptimal line after an awkward section there. Maxtrack will take advantage, move on into third place, and it may just be a reversed well, actually the same draw scenario that we saw in the first round, but with Enner in first this time instead. Moving on through, it's fine for the final turn, and Feed really does attempt to get some time back on that one, but once again, once you're in position for that final identity part of the map, you're pretty much going to stay there.
That's a crazy maths fact that's in chat.
You know that in theory, every even number is the sum of two prime numbers.
It's in theory, so one of those ones that nobody's managed to prove. Yeah, but that's interesting.
That's cool. I don't watch enough number file to know stuff about this. You know,
I mean, I have been trying it in my head for the last 30 seconds or so while Twiggy was speaking.
Is there a logical reason why that is a thing? Or
it's just class. That's why.
Cool.
God just thought it would be cool if the universe worked that way, Twiggy, I guess.
Love that.
love this fundamentalist angle we're going for.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we're very much showing the difference between Ireland and the UK at that point. Like that's
Ireland, one of
not the difference. One of the differences culturally, I mean.
I think Ireland is like the fastest, was the country most quickly becoming secular in the 90s and early 2000s. So
yeah, it was.
I don't know if that's a strong cultural difference. Holy shit, what a round.
Man, what a round.
Victory.
Well, Frites take the lead.
Yeah,
after 4 rounds of draws, they managed to get it done. Maxtrack joins his teammate up towards the top.
Let's see if Tsun can bounce back from this one, because it was in that last map, it felt like they were doing good on Tempest. They were doing well. They had the pace, they had the consistency, until Frites started to look like maybe they had a chance, and all of a sudden it kind of fell apart a little bit for Tsun there. And this hopefully is not the same kind of turning point on this one. Enner and Maxtrack both slow out of the water. That's a big slide from Maxtrack as well, trying to get straightened out of that water. Will not really manage to do so, and it's 2 races going on right now. It's Enner at the back who makes the first mistake.
All right, and that brings things down to 2 different battles here. Razg trying to stay ahead of Feed on this one. If they can take Tsun's map pick, that could be pretty immense in the balance of this. really, really important. It could be the leg up they need, kind of to get this one done. Feed again, taking a more inside line on that one. Sets a new PB, but it's not enough. 101.2 was the time to beat there from RazG, and they take a further lead. They're now on track point.
What a round from RazG. That was so quick, and holding off Feed all the way until that finish line. The ending, that final turn from Feed looked great, but was just a little too far back for that charge to work. And now Tsun, they're hitting a point where they don't quite need an ace yet in order to win, but they're getting pretty close to that point. They really need to start to deny some rounds.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you do need to stay on your toes. As we've seen, even when you're against regional teams, there are definitely scenarios where they can beat you. And you need to be very aware of that. You cannot get complacent at any point. RazG gets a little complacent, hits the wall on that one, is sent off into the ether, now back in 4th position. MaxTrack trying to deny points from Omino. Tsun, obviously, if they hold this pattern, Tsun take the lead, 8-7. It looks like that is the case here. Barring any bonks from those two, there is no way there should be an overtake position for MaxTrack. There it is, that case.
3,000 between the members.
Yeah, wow.
That's very impressive. That's kind of what we expected after the first couple of rounds on Twisted, where they both looked very practiced, similar lines, similar times, and it hasn't really been that for a little while from Tsun, and now's a great time for that kind of behavior to reappear. 8-7 is the score, and Ace sets up Tsun nicely for these last couple of rounds.
Well, either team could win this round. Frites need an ace, Tsun need a round win. A lot more simple to get that round win, especially considering the consistency that has been on display from both of these two teams. I think the likelihood of either team getting an ace here is pretty low. So Tsun definitely have that advantage going for them. Everybody's staying very close for the time being.
Yeah, 4 cars all still in this round. At least there was. Right up until RazG went straight into a wall. It's going to be a big time loss. Several seconds, 5, 6. We'll see when we get to the next checkpoint. And it really comes down to MaxTrack managing to hold on to first and turning this one into a draw.
Yeah. Really important now. Any mistake.
Oh no, that's so unfortunate.
I wouldn't even call that a mistake. Oh dear.
Yeah. Maybe Feed and Enter will both crash.
Yeah, karma, right? Damn.
That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
From MaxTrack just went, it all went wrong, jumping into the water.
Yep,
and, it was still a great round from Feed and Enter. Like 101.298 is still a good round-winning time. Maybe MaxTrack still wouldn't have held on to the lead, but we'll never know. Water bounce has robbed us of that moment, and that means that it will ultimately be the win for Tsun on their second map pick, but that was not comfortable.
No, that wasn't. I think obviously that comes down to map pool. Both of those teams are good at that map, and I think probably Tsun could have chosen a better map for their map pick, right? They probably didn't watch Frites games. Let's be honest here. I don't think that's a team that you like really needed to watch a lot of their games for Tsun. I think probably the thinking is, they are a lower seed team than us. We're probably going to beat them. Let's just go into it. We don't need to check the VOD meticulously and see what maps they're good at. Let's just pick maps we're good at. And yeah, turned out to be a little more difficult than they expected there, but we move,
get it done. We're on to Cosmos, which means that there is the potential for some wall bangs and some comedy moments as that AMD sign approaches. Everyone does seem to fully have adopted this non-jump line. It is a little bit faster, and it does also seem a little bit safer as well. So you can understand why that has become the norm. Yeah,
well, once again, RazG is the one splitting the difference between the two Tsun players. In fact, now out ahead in first place. Feed gets more wheel contact there with the ground. We'll overtake that position just a little bit, but it is going back and forth as each turn presents different exit speeds. Obviously, it's one of those maps where every turn is very important. And no new line from anybody so far. I think it's going to be a little longer until it's adopted. That rule change was literally days ago. But hey.
If it's adopted at all, I think we've seen the risk of that line, and I don't think the time gain is big enough to potentially just like throw away 1 in 10 rounds or something.
Yeah. Speaking of throwing away rounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nailed it. Feed threw that one away a little bit. It's a draw. It's not the end of the world. Fleet will want a little bit more out of each round on this map. And the problem is Enner's time looks pretty solid. There's a lot to be done there for Asg and Maxtrack to actually overtake.
Yeah, for sure. Now, obviously, on their own map pick, they are going to want to get something out of it. But yeah, this is, again, one of those kinds of maps that everybody has played quite a lot. I think most people are relatively comfortable on this map. There are, a few mistakes that come in. Obviously, some of the teams still go for that longer jump there at the start and clip a wheel or something like that. But apart from that, other than the pole bonks, there really isn't a lot that can go super wrong here. It's just a relatively regular tech track apart from that.
Yeah, and I'm questioning why none of the poles. I think one of the poles at the end of Cosmos here should have been a cone.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, we do need something. Need something
the players can drive to for good luck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could probably
get another change on the map before the World Championship starts.
Oh, that would be good, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I reckon we can put a special request in. I think we've racked up enough kind of like hours casting Trackmania. Yeah, enough goodwill that we can we can go ahead and do that. We can make a special request to the map designers. Just
one of those there. Just one of those as a code.
Make a tree, something like that. 2 PBs for Feed and Enna there. Good times.
Good times.
Not quite on the level of Epos, but
are we just fully jinxing each other at the moment as well? Like just saying the same things at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Same brain.
Double checking. Yeah. One brain cell.
This is the thing, right? Okay, in Trackmania Esports, you don't really have like set roles on broadcast. You don't have a play-by-play and a color really, because there isn't much color to talk about. So it's just kind of everybody. I mean, you talk until you get a little tired, and then you hand it over.
Sure.
And that presents itself in a very funny way.
I'm glad to know that's how you think casting works.
Okay, how do you think casting works?
No, pretty much exactly that. It's just hearing it described as, oh yeah, I just talk until I get tired of talking and then let the other guy have a go.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Look, there was a time in my career where I talked too much. It felt unnatural. I think that was a thing. So now I basically I really give my voice a rest every now and then, and you get to talk. And
I only talk 70% of the time now.
I release you from the cage, and you get a go. But either way, it does seem like this map is definitely going to go back in the favor of Tsun, and that is the first map upset technically that we are going to have. Another couple of good times from the two players, and Tsun have fully fallen into their comfortability. Let's say.
Good word.
Thanks.
Yeah, they are starting to run away with this one a little bit. And you said maybe Surf was not the ideal map pick for Tsun. It gave Freak maybe a fighting chance of taking that one away.
Yeah.
And this has gone right back the other way, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Cosmos is looking really comfortable for Tsun at the moment.
Yeah, Feed has clipped a wall there at the start. Constant risk with tech maps. Happens all the time to the best of us. But Enna now in first place, trying to deny any kind of gain from Frites out of this round. Bring it back to a draw. At the very least, then, you get another chance. Well, you get several more chances to close out the map, other than this round where your teammate is down by a full second, but actually determined to take back that time and throw himself into first place.
We are at a point where Free will need an ace at some point between now and the end of the map if they do want to win. This could be their best chance at it. They'll want to try and pick this one up for sure, and they are kind of on pace for it. Maxtrack, a little bit of an awkward line into the water, means very wide on the exit, but will have more speed than Enner coming down this hill. That means more speed into the identity, and that means it's just up to Free to dodge every pole on this goddamn track. Who left them lying here? Doesn't matter. Enner is so quick and will manage to overtake for a second place. The ace is lost, and that does mean that it will still need to be found in a different round from Free.
Yep. Now Tsun 5 points ahead of Free. Just need to get 2 more points. 1 round win. Seems like that is kind of the case that has been going on most of the time as well. So this should not be too difficult for them. I mean, Feed was still not that far behind, despite the fact that he lost a second at the start. So you got to consider that when you come into this one. They are a very difficult team to come up against here, especially on these kinds of maps. I think the thing is, Omino's done a lot of... I mean, Tsun.
Yeah, who are Omino, Tsun?
I don't know what is Omino? I don't know what that is. I think Feed and Enna, their kind of thing is that they only really get caught out by very intricate maps, you know? A lot of the time, they are very consistent when it comes to just regular tech and regular kind of identities that they would usually be used to. This is pretty much... Oh, Enna! He's done it! He did the funny! He did the funny and gained a lot of time off of it!
Oh, I wasn't looking. It's very impressive. Though.
He gained like 3 tenths.
A lot of time. And, well, he's lost them all to Max Track on the exit from that turn. So, you know what? It was nice while it lasted. Nenner honestly might still catch at the finish line here. Just so fast.
That's third to first, buddy.
Middle.
That's third to first.
Very
and
impressive.
And a new PB as well.
That's the map, too. Tsun move up 3-1.
That's sick. The bonk actually changed the course of the round. There you go. That's the implication of the rule change. That's what we have brought.
I mean, I guess it did, because it allowed him to say it. It looked like, I don't know how much the slow before the identity was deliberate, but I think quite a lot of it released to get a better line into the first turn and then just carried so much more speed into the second turn as a result. Was really interesting to see from Enner on that one, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of that map as well. Cosmos being from above, it makes it so easy to see the different lines that are being taken through it as well. It's something I've unironically kind of asked for other identities in the past as well, that we get different camera angles like that. In Cosmos, it's just built into the map. Yes,
yeah, absolutely. Well, this could be our final map of the series here. It's been a relatively quick day so far. Apart from our first series, which was a little more long-winded, but that was fine because we had a 5-hour break after it. So hey,
I should have napped.
I should have as well. I'm not gonna lie, I got about 4 hours of sleep last. Actually, 4 hours is generous.
Jesus.
I'm used to at this point over-exaggerating how much sleep I get because I'm an insomniac and I don't want people to worry about me. So I just go, I guess I'll add like 2 hours, you know?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
yeah, that's my thing now. Either way, yeah, I got about 2 hours of sleep last night. But hey, look,
you know, the only people you shouldn't lie to about your health are medical professionals. And I take that to mean you should lie to everyone else.
Yeah, lie to everyone else, absolutely. Family members, friends. Hey,
that's what that saying means.
Yeah, lie to everyone about it. That's a good idea. You will. I like you. Oh, Enna. Hold on. Oh, Max Track has respawned. Didn't think he was going to make it. I don't think he was either.
No, Feed will take second place. 109.3 is not that quick from Rans G. Yeah, there's very little speed from Max Track here, but it doesn't matter because that is already finished. Did make it up. We did see last weekend someone failed to make it up the hill to the finish line. So it is possible, you know, if your landing is bad enough. I'd love to see it play a factor in one of these rounds as well, just because it's exciting.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to again, this is their final map pick of this one. We are back to their map pick, and it should be theirs to take away. Razgi feeling a little, a little bit difficult that turn. And now Feed and Enna really should have the lay of the land on this one. A full 4 tenths, 3 tenths now between second and third place, and should be theirs to take away. This is one of those maps where a lot can go wrong. But in terms of small gains of time, it's difficult to gain 3 tenths without a mistake from one of your opposition. But mistakes are quite often.
Yeah, speaking of, there's another one from Max Track, and Enner Feed will be a long way in front on this one. Now, the identity, definitely one of the ones, even if you're trying to go a little bit safer, quite hard to get down every time. Feed is going to have to release a little bit around that turn, I think. And obviously, engine off, he's not releasing, but you know what I meant. Yeah. Enner's crashed.
Oh, he made it.
Well, you are engine off at that point.
So yeah. Wait, but there's a reset block in the thing, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's reset into engine off.
Yeah. I was like,
because
why
it's
is it green
fragile.
if there is engine off.
Fragile jump into reset into engine off.
Of course, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
That ended up being a draw.
It did end up being a draw. That's 2 draws in a row. Wow.
Yeah. That's
astute observations.
I like when people win rounds.
Yes, that's good. Somebody's got to win every round. Unless everybody DNFs, actually. Yeah.
Come on, Tweet. No one likes a pedant.
Wait, no. Wait, is there a timer on rounds? Surely it just goes until someone finishes.
That's a good... yeah, I don't know.
Is there a timeout on rounds? We've never... that's never happened.
For science, someone needs to test that.
Yeah. Somebody... we
won't... The one thing our current overlay is missing is... actually the round timer. You can only see when someone goes through a checkpoint what their time is at. So if everyone never goes through a checkpoint,
exactly.
We actually won't have any way of knowing how long we've been sitting here for.
Yeah. Oh.
And it respawns.
I do like that we've now just got a play-by-play thing to do our job for us.
We don't need to do it. We can just read it out.
Rescue respawns.
Yeah,
Feed sets a new personal best. Max Track sets a new
personal best.
We could just do like a lot of when you're kind of going up through the ranks in terms of FPS games in general. A lot of the thing is like you never just cast a kill feed. Like that's the biggest sign of an amateur caster is just casting the kill feed. We have a kill feed now.
It's going to be so much easier to be a very bad caster.
I can not look at the screen and know what's going on, man. It's great. My learning curve for this game was so difficult. Why couldn't I have joined right now, where I could just have all the action described to me?
Where you could be a significantly worse caster and learn less as a result. You're so right, Twiggy.
Well, there's a school of thought that would say that a trial by fire is less useful than a gradual learning curve.
Yeah, you know what that school is called?
Go on.
Howard University.
Howard University. Sure. Yeah,
they have at least got their third level accreditation.
I may not like trial by fires, but it definitely helps. You know?
Yeah.
I think it
depends. Like, if you have a certain level of, like, base coming in, then it works.
Yeah,
like,
sure. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of experience before.
Yeah. Trial by fire works to temper something that has already been built.
Sure. That's a nice little... You came up with good words there.
Thank you.
I like your funny words, Magic Man. Or is it the other way around? I like your magic words, funny man. I can't remember.
It's funny words, Magic Man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Trial by fire is quick sorting. That's the same thing. If you go to temper a blade and there are flaws in it, the blade will just break.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it, right? So like trial by fire works in that sense that it will either turn something... That's the whole point of a trial by fire. That's what it originally kind of means, is that like it will either...
You either win or you die.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's either going to cause someone to shatter under the pressure, or it's going to make them much more successful at what they do.
Exactly. Brilliant. Well, we fully endorse it. Lovely.
Yeah. Burn people. No, don't do that, I think.
Oh, man. This is a much closer
round
map, obviously, but, like...
Yes.
It is not... I don't think it's because of times, like optimal times. It's mostly because of that. I just played ping pong with the checkpoint, and I think that is a large part of why we are... Wait, Rusty didn't respawn? What happened to him? Did he make it? He must have made it. Oh. Yeah. That's fine.
I guess.
That works.
Max Track did respawn, so Razu will be second. And then the question is, where is... Oh, this is close! Max Track holds on. It's another draw.
Mind.
That was what, half a tenth between them?
Yeah. Wild.
God damn. Pretty impressive.
I just like, okay, I can't get this out of my head and I need to say it now because otherwise it's just going to keep being in my mind. Okay, so that show, what is it? It's like the one with the guy that sounds like Kennedy. Or is it supposed to be, it's like
what?
No, I like your Funny words.
I like your funny words, but I don't know where
I don't know what
that's
the
from.
show's called, but I'm pretty sure the guy is supposed to be like, whatever. That is like the American version. It is supposed to. There you go. Okay. It's like the American version of Matt Berry. That accent, I feel like.
Oh,
you know?
I don't know.
You truly are the most
from.
devious bastard in New York City.
No, see, the Matt Berry is New York City.
The first memory I have of that accent, and I love this to this day, is I can't remember what water brand it was, but they did volcanic water. I love that.
I love Matt Berry.
Love Matt Berry so much. Just city.
Feed and Ed are going to ace, and all of a sudden it's going to be 9-5. And this is very close to the end of this match, which means we can spend the next 20 minutes in between this match and the next practicing our Matt Berry impression.
I think my Matt Berry impression's pretty good, honestly.
It is Matt Berry in the What We Do in the Shadows TV show as well, right?
That's what it's from, I thought.
Yeah, but because he's also, that's the New York City one, but he's also in the IT crowd as well.
Yes, yeah,
and he's very funny in that.
Yeah. He's just a gem in every way. I would be devastated if he if it turned out that he did something bad. You know? I would genuinely. That's one of the few people I'd be devastated about.
Because he plays characters that are close enough to being terrible people that you'd be like, oh, you weren't really in on the joke this whole time,
you
were
weren't
you?
acting. Oh, I see.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, no, yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Yeah. God.
Oh man, Matt Berry is funny. Anyway, 1 point needed for Ominosa. A lot of people in this chat
Who's Ominosa, Twiggy?
Sorry, I can't, I see the logo and I say it. It's my bad. Whatever.
Who's Matt Berry and who's Ominosa? Two great questions for the ages.
I will beat that out of my mind by the time we're on an official broadcast again, okay? Why did you make that noise?
Hey, look, Enner's going to get the 1 point that they need. He's sitting in first place at the moment. That's a clean line. Enner cruising in first place, and Tsun will qualify for the middle stages of the Trackmania World Championship 2023.
Woo! Well done. Yeah,
Huzzah.
And again, a relatively one-sided affair. I think that was the... I don't think we thought it was going to be as one-sided as our last game, but it definitely was... pretty simple for Tsun. There was no massive amount of effort that was put into a lot of those. It was basically just, let's stay consistent, let's get good times, and wins will follow. They didn't. They weren't too worried when they lost out on a map